You already know who it is, man. It's your boy, Poor Boy Sin, and the pole don't stand for Poe. And by the looks of the title, we about to be talking about the rebounding guard and rebounding wing build specifically. You know what I'm saying? We're going to break down the build. You know what I'm saying? Best ways to play with the build. Fastest way to rep up on this build. And so on and so on. So let's get right into it. But if you made a rebounding guard or a rebounding wing because of me, shouts out to you. Let us know down in the comment section if I inspired you to make this build, because a lot of people that come to me and let me know that they made this build because of me, and that's what's up. So I'm gonna let y'all know a little bit more about this build, because it's a lot of people that ask me every time I stream and stuff, what's the best way to rep up on this build? And I think a lot of people get repping up confused, because everybody think alley oops is the best way to rep up on every single build, and that's not the case. Now if you playing with a player, you know what I'm saying, like another guard, and he's trying to go for rep by throwing oops, go ahead and catch them oops, you feel me? But on this build, you only get 500 my points for catching the alley oop, you know? So if you was on like a paint beast build or a slasher build, you'll get more for catching that oop. But on this build, you only get 500 my points for catching oops. What you get the most for on this build is standstill threes, blocks, and well defended plays. Those are the top 3 things you want to be worried about on this build. Now blocks, you're not going to get a lot of blocks in the game, you know, but I would suggest if you want to rep up fast on this build, I suggest playing on the threes. Playing on the twos is mostly for offensively minded builds that get most rep on offense versus rep on defense. This build, you gonna get rep on offense and on defense. So best way to play defense and offense without, you know, worrying about losing the game, because on the twos, if you give up the ball, you might lose the game. On the threes, you got to give up the ball. So on the threes, you're gonna have to play defense, and you want to be trying to go for those well defended plays. So if you playing twos, you want to give up the ball just so you could get some defensive rep. So well defended plays, blocks if you can. Steals, I believe you only get like 600 or 500 for steals. Blocks, you get like 700 for a block, like almost 700 for a block. Well defended plays, you get about like 600, between 600 and 700. And then standstill threes, you get 800. So, you know, if you playing with a generous guard, you know, a guard that want to see you eat, ask him to hit you, you know what I'm saying, on the spot up, you know what I'm saying, knock down a couple of standstill threes, you know what I'm saying, get some well defended plays, and you could catch some oops if you want to, and that'll be around max rep. But you definitely have to play defense on this build to get max rep. So keep that in mind. Standstill threes, well defended plays, you know what I'm saying, blocks if you can, steals if you can, and catch some lives if you can. But you definitely want to at least get like 2 to 3 standstill threes per game. That'll give you about 1,600 to 2,400 in my points right there alone. Then on the defensive side, if you get 4 well defended plays, that's 2,400 right there. And you should be able to get at least about like 8 well defended plays, especially if you're playing the 3 spot. The best way to rep up on this build, if you got the stick skill, is to play the 3 spot on this build, on the threes. Yes, play the 3 spot, because it's going to be a lot of centers that's going to test you. It's going to be a lot of players that's going to test you down low on that paint. You're going to be able to get blocks, well defended plays, you know what I'm saying, might get some passing lane steals, so on so on. Best way to rep up on this build is at the 3 spot on the threes. That's how I got all of my badges the fast way on this build. I got my badges hella fast on my rebounding wing, because I played nothing but threes, and I played the 3 spot. My rebounding guard, I kind of played 2s and 3s and spotted up. And it take a little bit longer when you just spotting up on the 2s, because you're not, you know what I'm saying, playing enough defense to get that defensive rep. So we gonna jump off of that fastest way to rep up, you know what I'm saying. Tip went a little bit too long on that, but like I said, standstill threes, well defended plays, blocks if you can. Play 3v3. Kind of stay away from the 2s if you want to get a lot of rep. Now, we all know the best way for this build to shine is playing with ISO players, spotting up on this build. I want to suggest playing with this build, you know what I'm saying, as an on-ball defender on the 3s. And I said this in my build video, but a lot of people don't come across my build videos, and then somebody might come across this video without seeing my build video and didn't hear me say that. So I'm gonna say it again. I want to suggest playing with this build as an on-ball defender. This is a spot-up build, and the way this build shines the most is spotting up for an ISO player. This is probably the best spot-up build in my opinion. or one of the best spot up builds. Some people might say a shooting glass lock is the best spot up build, but in my opinion, small ball playing with a rebounding guard or rebounding wing is the best spot up build on this game. Now, another thing when it comes to finding a good jump shot for this build, a lot of people take jump shot too deep. You know what I'm saying? You need to pick a being a spot up player, you want to pick a jump shot that works best for you. So I've been using Stephen Curry all year because that's what works for me. I use that on all my builds, and Curry always works for me, and I'm not gonna switch that up because it works for me on all of my builds. Now, if you're playing with a playmaker shot creator and you using screens and you trying to get shots off a different way, see, I ISO, so you know what I'm saying, I could create enough space to get that Curry off as an ISO player. Curry might not work for you shooting off the screen, you feel me? So being a spot up player, you really only need a jump shot that works for you. You really not gonna be shooting too many contested shots, and if you do, Curry is fast enough to get off, at least for me. So when you're picking a spot up jump shot, you want to pick a jump shot that works for you, because most of the time you're gonna be shooting shots wide open as a spot up player. So take that into note. Another thing when it comes to playing on this build is boxing out is important. You're not really gonna win too many heads up, you know what I'm saying, jump and rebound battles against centers on this build. Most of the time you're gonna win rebound battles on this build is boxing out. That's what's most important playing on this build, or you definitely are gonna get bullied down low in the paint. You're gonna get snagged on, you're gonna get horsed, all of that. And it's gonna make your build look stupid, like why did you bring it out? It's called a rebounding guard and you can't even get a board. You gotta box out. That's why I suggest at least having box on at least silver Hall of Fame if you want to, but you definitely want to get that box out to get more boards on this build, because you're definitely playing small ball. You don't want to go heads up with a center for a rebound. I mean, sometimes you might win those heads up battles, but most of the time you most likely going to lose them, especially if it's a good player out there. So another reason I play on this build and like to play on this build, especially as a spot up player and playing small ball on the twos, is because you could bait a lot more on defense. You're way faster than a glass cleaning lockdown on defense. You're way faster than a paint B, so inside C, you know what I'm saying, playing the PNR and things like that. So you definitely faster on the PNR. You're faster on the bait if your player's getting ISO, you know what I'm saying, or if you got to make that switch. You're faster on the switch. You're just all around faster on defense. The only negative on this build is your weight and your height and getting bullied down low in the paint. That's why you got to learn how to pull the chair if you decide to play on this build as a spot up player on the twos or as the 3 spot on the threes. You have to know how to pull the chair. Pulling the chair comes in handy a lot. Players will not be able to back you down at all, and they will be scared to back you down if you learn how to pull the chair. Now, I could kind of tell you how to pull the chair. You pretty much want to let go of everything on your controller besides the left stick. When players are backing you down, at the same time they back you down, you want to pull back on the left stick. So if they're backing you down directly, you know what I'm saying, from the free throw line, you want to pull back on the left stick. If they're backing you down from the left corner, you know what I'm saying, on the baseline, you want to pull right on the left stick. If they're backing you down from the right corner, you want to pull back left on the left stick. And pretty much, depending on where you're getting back down on the court, you want to pull back on that left stick. So you have to learn how to pull the chair on this build if you definitely do not want to get bullied down low in the paint against other centers. Now, like I said, I wouldn't suggest playing on-ball defense on this build on the threes. You definitely will get cooked. You might be able to guard some players, some guards, but most guards, especially good guards, are going to cook you on this build because the perimeter defense, the lateral defense is a little bit too low, and the speed and acceleration is a little bit too low. You know what I'm saying? Most on-ball defenders have close to a 90, you know what I'm saying, on the perimeter and the lateral, and then either close to 90, like I'm talking close, like 89, 88, and their speed is well over 90, or their perimeter and their lateral is over 90. So I wouldn't suggest playing too much on-ball defense on this build at all. And yeah, I hope you guys appreciate me, you know what I'm saying, letting y'all know about this build a little bit. Like I said, you definitely want to get those standstill threes, well-defended plays, them blocks, play 3v3. This build definitely probably will shine for rep in rec and in pro-am. I didn't play a lot of rec throughout my grind. I still don't even play a lot of rec, but I'm pretty sure over time on a time-based game, you should be able to get a lot of well-defended plays, a lot of rebounds, you know what I'm saying, get some blocks and things in there like that, playing 5v5 time-based games. So that's really all you got to worry about on this build. Don't take it too deep. Like I said, I hope you guys appreciate me dropping knowledge on this build. Like I said, let me know down in the comment section if you made this build because of me. If you got any other questions about this build, ask me down low in the comments. I'm always in the comments. 300K on the way. Y'all be easy, stay blessed whenever you watch this. I'm gonna catch up with y'all on the next one. I'm out. One.